What is a common indicator of a phishing attempt? Hey, it's Tobey here from Training Business Pros, and I'd like to take some time today to show you an actual real-world, real-time, and actually happening right now phishing attempt that's being perpetrated on unsuspecting individuals and using our good company name to do it. I'm going to dive into the details of that and give you 6 things to look out for in terms of phishing attacks, and we're going to get there in just a second. So today we're talking about common indicators of phishing attempts, and I'm actually going to share with you a real-world example of a phishing attempt that's happening right now. So the first thing I want you to look at is, can you tell which is the real legitimate site and which is the fake site? So they both use the same logo. They both use very similar URLs. In fact, this one, the only difference is it has a hyphen in it. And I'm going to dive into this fake one in just a moment and show you all of the indicators on here for things to look out for when you try to contact a business like this that is a total scam. So how does this phishing attempt really work? So number one, in this particular case, they're looking for your info on Indeed or other job boards. And then what they do is they spam you, and they spam a lot of people, and they tell you that they're interested in having you apply for a job. So this email was sent to us by somebody who actually did this, and thank God that they figured out that the entire thing was a phishing attempt. But this is essentially the email that this person received. We're looking for talented, motivated, and hardworking individuals and employees to join our team. We have no ethnic origin, political affiliation. I mean, if you're writing that stuff up front, to me, that's an obvious sign that this is not a legitimate company. Then you can notice other spelling mistakes and grammar and formatting errors that are in here. And then they sign it regards training business process, which is actually not even the name of the company. But if you look at the email address up top, it does say name@Training Business Pros, or in this case, Alice@Training Business Pros with the hyphen.com. And that takes them to this website. Everything seems sort of legitimate. And that's why it's important to have your spidey senses aware. So then once they do that, you essentially apply, and then you complete phase 1 of the scam. So they actually include in the email this application, which looks legit. Essentially, you're starting off with personal information. In addition to that, there is a training agreement that they have you sign. And furthermore, they're asking you to include a high quality scan of your driver's license, passport, permanent resident card, health card, and other equivalents. What are they after here? They're after identity, your identity for identity theft. Because you may not be aware of this, but this information could sell for as much as several $1,000s on the dark web. Because if somebody gets a hold of all of that information, they can do many, many things, like get bank loans in your name. They can take over your mortgage of your house. There's a lot of nefarious things that they can do. Okay, so then the second phase is once you do that and you complete the application, and out of the 4 notices that we received from people, one of them actually scanned their passport and sent it to the hackers. So that person has a real problem now, and we sincerely apologize for that. But again, this is not our doing. And then the second phase is they ask you for money, telling you that there's initial cost to training you. So that initial cost, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but there is no legitimate job in the world that you should be paying money to train. If they hire you and they start training you on the job, then that's one thing, but they're paying you. You're not paying them. So if you finally separate yourself from any private information, your data has been compromised and your personal information is no longer secure. So let's take a look at the actual scam website. So this is the real one, the realtrainingbusinesspros.com. All the links work and everything. So there's a couple of indicators here on this fake one. The first one is that you'll notice right here that the site is not secure, meaning that there's no secure socket layer or SSL certificate. And that's a clear indicator that this is probably not a place you should even be, let alone share your information. The links do work, but what they all do is they scroll to the bottom and they have you download the brochure. If you actually click download brochure, what they did, and this is quite elaborate, they went and they created this PDF brochure using my name and information that they took right from our website. And they even put in a digital marketing and sales certification certificate that's on our website. So this is a total scam, but you wouldn't really know it if you're not aware of some of these scamming techniques and phishing techniques. So again, on their website, let's go back here. Another indicator is also fake testimonials, especially things that are like spelling mistakes and grammatical errors. So, for example, this one, it says, I got to learn every single aspect about digital marketing, which is going to help me help me further in this field. So, who talks like that or who writes testimonials like that? And then finally, obviously, you can give over your contact information, and then there's a few email addresses at the bottom, which probably work. And then there's a phone number, which is only one digit off from our phone number. Ours is 416, theirs is 417, and that phone number doesn't actually work. So call the number and you'll see that you won't get an answer. So there's some of the indicators on the website itself. We are in the process of trying to get the domain name registrar to take this down. We've also notified Google. We've also notified the hosting company, but yet it's still here. So please be aware, this is a very sophisticated scam. And then finally, what I want to do is just quickly go through 6 common indicators of phishing attempts. So here are the 6 things that I've come up with. The first one is a suspicious sender email address. So they're using either Gmail or Yahoo with some strange name before it, or they're actually using a domain name with a weird extension like mycompany.online or something like that. So just be aware of that. The second one is a generic salutation and sign off in emails. So for example, dear customer or dear investor or dear account holder. Also, when they sign off, it's like sincerely name of company, right? Instead of an actual person. So be aware of that. Number 3, detailed emails with attachments asking for personal information. I've shown you examples of just exactly how they do that. And of course, this is very difficult to detect because if you looked at the PDFs that I showed you, they're very sophisticated and you can literally fill them out and hand over your personal information to these hackers. Number 4, scare tactic subject lines. I love these ones. For example, new sign in on your account, suspicious activity detected, password expired. Number 5, the fake file attachments. Again, I've shown you a few of these. They seem like PDFs, but in some cases, what they can be is they can be just an image with a hidden URL. So if you actually go to download the PDF or the Word doc, it's actually a URL that takes you to a nefarious website, and that the job of that website is to collect your personal information. And then finally, a good indicator of phishing attacks and attempts is the URL shortener, where they're using like bit.ly links or they're using fake domain names. I love this one, trainingbusinesspros.login. I mean, obviously there's many more examples of that, but you can tell that they're going to try anything and everything these days to get your contact data, because again, like I said, on the dark web, your personal information is worth quite a lot of money. So please be aware of all of these. I hope that helps you. If you like this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. It's a fairly new channel, so we hope you actually join us, and that'll help us a lot. And if you have any questions or comments, please write them below. My name is Tobey. Have yourself a great day.